It was on the Thursday. John chapter 13, verses 1 to 17 and 34 to 35. Now before the festival of the Passover, Jesus knew that his hour had come to depart from this world and go to the Father. Having loved his own who were in the world, he loved them to the end. The devil had already put into the heart of Judas, son of Simon Iscariot, to betray him. And during supper, Jesus, knowing that the Father had given all things into his hands, and that he had come from God and was going to God, got up from the table, took off his outer robe, and tied a towel around himself. Then he poured water into a basin and began to wash the disciples' feet and to wipe them with the towel that was tied around him. He came to Simon Peter, who said to him, "Lord, are you going to wash my feet?" Jesus answered, "You do not know what I am doing, but later you will understand." And Peter said to him, "You will never wash my feet." Jesus answered, "Unless I wash you, you have no share with me." Simon Peter said to him, "Lord, not my feet only, but also my hands and my head." Jesus said to him, "One who is bathed does not need to wash, except for the feet, but is entirely clean. And you are clean, though not all of you." For he knew who was to betray him. For this reason he said, "Not all of you are clean." After he had washed their feet, had put on his robe, and had returned to the table, he said to them, "Do you know what I've done for you? You call me teacher and Lord, and you are right, for that is what I am. So if I, your Lord and teacher, have washed your feet, you also ought to wash one another's feet. For I have set you an example, that you also should do as I have done to you. Very truly I tell you, servants are not greater than their master, nor are messengers greater than the one who sent them. If you know these things, you are blessed if you do them. I give you a new commandment, that you love one another. Just as I have loved you, you also should love one another. By this everyone will know that you are my disciples, if you have love for one another." Above the great western door of Westminster Abbey, you will find the sculptures of 10 20th century martyrs. One is the Grand Duchess Elizabeth. She was born into the fabulous wealth and privilege of European royalty, eventually marrying one of the sons of the Tsar of Russia. She seems a strange person to have as a martyr, but her story is an intriguing one. She recognized what was happening in Russia, and when there was an assassination of a royal figure in 1905, it changed her life. She gave away her jewelry. I often wonder if that included any of those Fabergé eggs, and sold some of her most precious possessions to set up a home for women, a hospital, and countless other charitable works. She chose the road less travelled, the way that Jesus taught all his disciples to act and to be. And this is not necessarily an easy road, but it is, says Jesus, the better way, the way into God's heart and kingdom. The interesting thing about the Grand Duchess Elizabeth is that even though she was royalty, and even though the communist regime did all in its power to destroy Christian faith, she is still remembered to this day in Russia as a great saint, one who travelled the way of Jesus, the road less travelled, the way to life. Let us pray. Jesus said, "Unless I wash you, you have no share with me." If only it were otherwise, Lord. If only we could present our credentials, show our record of service, get some kind of unlimited pass. In every area of our lives, we're more used to proving how adequate we are, presenting a polished image, gaining certain privileges. But you, Lord, you bring us down to where you are kneeling and take hold of the feet we prefer to hide. We are here together, near the ground and in this humble position. And there we are touched by you and made clean. Amen.